Good morning, everyone, and welcome to. This is the first major event that we are having this year, and yeah, this event has been co-organized in association with Surat Municipal Corporation, Surat Smart City Development Limited, the Computer Society of India Surat chapter, the Surat User Group, and assigned incubator of SVNIT. I would like to thank all of them, and I would also like the audience who has joined us on the dot of the time. And I would like to extend my apologies for some technical difficulties that we experienced to start this thing, and hence we were delayed by a few minutes. The Municipal Commissioner of Surat Municipal Corporation, Mr. Banchani Dipani, he was supposed to deliver the inaugural speech of this particular event, but as something urgent and important has come up, he has extended his message to me that he would not be able to join, and hence I would like to welcome you all on his behalf. I would take this particular opportunity to first introduce SURATi TechTalks, and then I would like to continue to the introduction of SURATi iLAB, that is AIC SURATi iLAB Foundation. SURATi TechTalks was long in the offing, and it was being discussed with various user groups of Surat, especially the Surat users group headed by my good friend Hemant Giri Goswami, who is also present over here in this particular room with us. And we were discussing the need of creating a platform from where not only various experts from Surat can join and deliver their knowledge to those intending to get that kind of particular knowledge from a platform, but also for a platform from where national and international level speakers can come and deliver their knowledge to for the use of Suratis as well as non-Suratis. So after due discussion with Surat Users Group, the Computer Society of India, and Surat Municipal Corporation's SURATi iLAB, we started this series way back in 2019, but in 2020, due to the corona, we had to call it off. But then seeing that corona has established the new norm of having everything online, we again started this year, and we have continued this tradition. We hope that we will be continuing this tradition for long. So if you are aware and if you have seen our infomercials extended on web as well as to each of you on the various social media channels, SURATi TechTalks is a platform which allows individuals to come online and deliver talk irrespective of vendor products or particular technology choice, right? So may it be Microsoft or Oracle or Java or Google, anyone and everyone who is expert on such a platform can come over here and express his will to deliver such talks. These talks can be related to database or front-end programming or back-end programming or how to manage projects. So it can be anything in any particular subdomains related to information technology. So that is how this particular platform's vision is. So this as planned currently is a two-day event, and every day there will be talks from 10 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. in the evening. So as such, there will be 8 talks every day, totaling to 16 talks spanning over a period of 2 days. So that is about SURATi TechTalks, and I would like to get the contribution from each of you and also suggestions from each of you on how to make SURATi TechTalks bigger and better. So with that, I would like to complete this inaugural welcome to you all, and now move forward to the thought of how the thought of AIC SURATi iLAB came into existence, and how SURATi iLAB came into existence, and what it is doing currently. So let me switch over here to my presentation. So please let me know when my screen is visible. So for the benefit of the national and international clients, let me first point out where Surat is located. So as you can see, Surat is very comfortably located on the western side of India, just at the mouth of the Gulf of Khambat. So it's a very strategic location, and historically, due to this particular location, Surat has also been trading and commerce ports since time immemorial. So even the Britishers, when they came, yeah, came to Surat first, and from Surat they expanded to entire India. So that is how the importance of Surat can be judged. Even if you go historically and dig deep into various documents, those are available today online on Google and in various libraries. You will find out that Bombay was established with the support of Surat. So there were specific agreements between the Britishers and various merchants of Surat that they would be offered trade benefits and tax exemptions and so such kind of freebies to establish businesses in Mumbai. So that is how Mumbai has come up with the help of Surat. So Surat, even today, is the world's fastest growing city with respect to GDP. And if you refer to the Oxford Economics report that came up a couple of years ago, Surat will maintain this position of global leader with respect to GDP and the world's fastest growing city with respect to GDP till 2035. So I'm sure not only until 2035, but even after that, Surat will continue to be the fastest growing city with respect to the GDP. Surat, as on day, is the 35th most populous city of the world. It has the entire textile industry of India. Out of that, Surat has 25% of the share in the textile industries. It is the top smart city of India. So if you have been following closely to various smart city competitions held by the government of India, every year Surat ranks either first or second in that particular competition, showing that Surat is the top smart city of India, right? It is also the ninth most populous city of India. So today, even though Surat is known as a tier 2 city, it sits comfortably with the mega cities of India in the same league, just with the Mumbai, Delhi, and all those things. So Surat today is having a population of more than 6 million people. So in Indian terms, we will say it is 60 lakhs. So with this kind of huge population, and most of the half of this population of being from the migrant laborers and migrant people, I would not like to call only migrant labor, because there are so many migrants in Surat who are not in labor but who are in the top-notch jobs. So most of the population, so that is 50% of the population, is from the migrant class, coming from various parts of India as well as from various parts of the world. Out of the five diamonds in the world, 4 are polished and processed in Surat. So there are many trade experts who say that 90% of the diamonds of the world are being polished and processed in Surat, right? So Surat today is the diamond capital of the world. Even Surat is fast coming up as a chemical industry hub for India. So even 50% of chemicals of Gujarat are being processed in and around Surat. So last time I was sitting with one of our members of the chemical advisory board, and we were just listing out the top 10 companies which will be there in and around Surat in chemical region. And we easily clocked that Surat would have a turnaround of more than 15,000 crore rupees just from the top 10 chemical industries of Surat, right? Surat is also proclaimed as the role model for e-governance and is also an upcoming IT and IoT hub with so many different things being planned by Surat Municipal Corporation, Surat Smart City, and SURATi iLAB. So, if you are not aware, I would like to highlight at this moment that in 2002, Sri Narendra Modi, who was the Chief Minister then and who is now our Honorable Prime Minister, he had labeled Surat as the e-governance role model for entire country. So that is the kind of e-governance initiative that Surat has taken, adopted, and implemented. And since then, in various talks, Sri Narendra Modi has been telling that Surat is the e-governance role model. And lately, when Satya Nadella visited him in person, he also mentioned how Surat can be helpful to other cities across the world in the field of e-governance and how the e-governance initiatives can be transported and implemented across the world. So that is the kind of fame Surat is having. With this background of Surat, I would also like to come to the part that is limiting our speed of growth. So this had been on the minds of the officers and decision maker of Surat Municipal Corporation and Surat City since long. People were worried about Surat being at the top of the charts for the diamond as well as textile and upcoming chemical industries, but they were also at the same time worried about the legacy manner in which these industries were carrying out their functions. So, understanding the need of bringing in new initiatives and innovations in this particular field, SURATi iLAB was conceived. So, AIC SURATi iLAB Foundation, as it known right now, came into being with the help of Surat Municipal Corporation, Surat Smart City Development, the Niti Aayog, and its initiative of Patel Innovation Mission. So, SURATi iLAB was first formed with the idea of bringing in innovations and new initiatives for the textile, diamond, chemical, and IT fields, IT and e-governance fields. And SURATi iLAB is a shortened version of Surat Ideas and Innovations Lab. But then afterwards, the Atal Innovation Mission, they affiliated SURATi iLAB and they awarded the AIC status to SURATi iLAB. So now it is officially known as AIC, that is Atal Incubation Center, SURATi iLAB. So this is a Section 9 company, not for which means it's a not-for-profit company, which is established for the mission that we'll be shortly seeing. And it was the first urban local body which was given the status of AIC. It supports not only startups but also businesses which are already established. So it's not only an incubator, but it is also an accelerator. It is an initiative for vibrant regional growth, and that is again not meant for only Surat, but also meant for all the regions around Surat. So currently, the targeted region of SURATi iLAB is the districts of Bharuch, Narmada, Surat, Tapi, Dang, Navsari, Valsad, and also Dadra-Nagar Valley. So it's meant for the upbringing of the entire region. We would like to call SURATi iLAB as startup to assist startups or startup to support and mentor startups. So we, SURATi iLAB, are not in a frame of a government mindset, but we are in the frame set of a startup which sole motto is speed and acceleration of business. So with that kind of thing, we are into supporting of startup and business, thinking that we are also in the business of startup. Our North Star goal, or so to call our vision statement, is to act as a perpetual and sustainable growth engine for the South Gujarat region by creating an environment that fosters entrepreneurship by providing and arranging required resources and mentorship to startups and businesses. So as you see, we differ from other incubators in the way that we not only support startups but also mentors. We not only provide mentorship, but we also provide other required resources that we will be shortly seeing. And our goal is to foster an environment to create entrepreneurship with the ultimate goal of being the perpetual and sustainable growth engine for the entire region. So both the words perpetual and sustainable are important, because we don't want it to be a short-time project that it can be completed in 2 or 3 years, but it is going to be a perpetual entity working for the perpetual goal. And we also want this to be sustainable. So the entire idea is the iLAB has to be self-supporting, and it will not need support from Surat Municipal Corporation or AIC the Patel Innovation Mission for a long time. But in a very short run, it has to be self-sustaining, and hence this entire action and the entire vision henceforth has to be sustainable. So that is our entire vision statement. The services offered by AIC SURATi iLAB. By the way, the building that you see in the background over here in the image is the building of AIC SURATi iLAB. I would like to extend my invitation to one and all to come and visit this particular building and see the kind of infrastructure, modern infrastructure, and the state-of-the-art infrastructure that we are having over here to support our startups, right? And the people you see, the young folks you see in the foreground, it is the entire team of the competitors that were present in one of our hackathon events, right? Many of them are already now working at our center as the incubator of AIC SURATi iLAB. So the services that we offer we are offering over here co-working spaces. We offer seed funding. We offer funding assistance from angel funds as well as venture capital funds. We provide incubation services, which include mentoring for business and technical skills and so many other things. We provide acceleration services to existing business. We offer our trade facilitation services. We offering mentoring supports, trainings, and internship, and we also provide industrial connects. So this is it. The co-working, you would be glad to know that SURATi iLAB is the biggest co-working center of Surat, with 120 co-working seats available for various businesses. And the rate at which we offer the co-working seat per month is also very nominal, tagged at only 2,000 rupees per seat per month, which also includes free air conditioning, free Wi-Fi, free access to parking. Then there is a good cafeteria and all those things. So 2,000 rupees per seat is a nominal charge that we ask from the co-working space user. And it is fast, it is very fast filling up, even though the various restrictions with the COVID-19 are in force. I will be also showing you the details of the seed funding assistance that we are providing currently to various startups. So the highlights of AIC SURATi iLAB schemes are that we provide base infrastructure and base services at very nominal rates. We have a fantastic startup assistance policy that I will be showing you shortly. We like to have this tagline that we invest, we mentor, we buy, and we promote. So in the cases of B2G startups, that is those startups which are targeting government, we also act as the buyer. But in other cases, we invest in qualified startups. We mentor them. Once their products are ready, we buy them if they are usable by Surat Municipal Corporation or Smart City or SURATi iLAB. And we also become their brand ambassadors for various other institutions, wherein we urban local bodies or other commercial institutions. And being the brand ambassador, we also promote their products and services. So we are working in the direction of being the one-stop shop for all government benefits for startups and other businesses. So we are entering into collaborations with MSME and other departments of government We are also we have also applied for various government schemes like being the nodal institute of Gujarat government's Startup Gujarat scheme. We have also applied for the Nidhi Prayas Sala scheme, and we are in the process of applying for other government schemes also. So we would like to be the one-stop shop for all the government benefits. We are one-stop shop for all business needs. So when you come and get affiliated with AIC SURATi iLAB, all your needs of business related to your mentorship, that is technical mentorship or business mentorship, or the cases of industry connect, or connecting with various financial institutes, funding institutes, all those things are provided from this one place. We also offer help and guidance in the respect of IPR, that is the intellectual property rights. We also help. We also extend help in accounting as well as legal assistance. So that is the whole plethora of services that we are offering, or we are planning to offer in very short term from this particular institute. We have a huge pool of mentors, and partners, and customers that I'll be highlighting shortly to you. So let us see what our startup assistance policy is. So our startup assistance policy right now is targeting to offer assistance to such small startups with the pre-seed kind of assistance. So the first and most important element of our assistance policy is the sustenance allowance, which is not present in any city level, which is not offered by any city level incubator, though it is offered at state and national level stuff. So in the sustainable allowance, we offer rupees 20,000 per startup for a fixed duration as approved by our selection committee for appropriate startups. And the highlight of it is that if one of the founder is female, then that particular sustainable allowance is increased by 5,000, and the startup gets allowance of 25,000 rupees per month. The next important thing, so this thing, as you can see, will promote the new generation entrepreneurs, which are students, to jump on the entrepreneurship bandwagon rather than to go and look for a job, because in the initial phase they would not have money to sustain their lifestyle or their adventures. So with this sustenance allowance, they will be having a choice not to go for a job, but to try out their entrepreneurial skills and skills. So that is the main aim behind the sustenance allowance. The next thing that comes into play is the seed fund. So this seed fund is provided at different stages, like we can provide it even at the ideation stage, or at the validation stage, or even the traction stage. But mostly this would be at the ideation and up to the prototype stage, right? So the amount offered is 13 lakh rupees per startup, and these 13 lakh per startup is in the cases of startup which are having social impacts, which are whose service or product is in line with various national and state level policies or schemes, or they are targeting the SDG 17, one or more of the SDG 17 goals. And our goal currently is to have, that is our budget currently is to offer 2 crore rupees per year. So if any startup is there which is not having that SDG goals and national schemes and state level schemes in mind, but is having a commercial purpose, then also they can apply. But in that case, this particular limit of 13 lakh comes down to 10 lakh per startup. So even that is a huge amount for a startup at ideation or a prototype POC stage. This particular money can be used for development of prototype or even marketing. So that is this is at actual that the startup will be spending. We also offer a mentoring support of rupees 1 lakh per year. So if if a startup needs mentoring and we do not have a particular mentor on our list, who is capable of supporting or mentoring the startup in the required field, then the startup may bring in, or we may hire a mentor who is ready to support the startup, and we will pay up to rupees 1 lakh per year for such mentors. We also have training fees that we provide up to rupees 50,000 to the startups for getting the skills updated. So if let us assume that the startup does not have a particular skill and we find out that a particular skill is required to be developed by that startup, and we do not have any of our associated partners offering such trainings or such skill upgradation programs, then in that case, that startup can ask for a separate training provided by any third party, and we will rate that particular third party training provider, and if it is found up to our standards, then we will provide up to rupees 50,000 for such trainings. We will be also providing ongoing continual mentorship from our pool of mentors for such startup under the startup assistance policy. So as you can see, it's not just the initial seed fund that we are providing, but we are providing the entire support system for startups, which is required for them to grow their business from zero to hero level. We also run various programs on routine basis at AIC SURATi iLABs. This current event of SURATi TechTalks is also one of events, which is also one of such events, right? So we have planned hackathons every 3 months. These hackathons are not those kind of 24 hours kind of hackathon, but we have hackathon with a difference. In our hackathons, we have 3 different stages. So at first stage, the competitors are just supposed to provide the problem statements and their solution statements. So if our selection committee, that is the jury panel, likes that statement, then they are offered to develop the next stage POC or MVP that is presented. So we also give sufficient time, around 45 days to 60 days, for development of the POC or MVP, right? And after that, the jury panel and the experts panel will judge the solution and its applicability, and based on that decision, we will then take them as the incubatee, offering them various assistance and help them grow their solution, proposed solution to a business. The second is we will be having an accelerator which will be going on, which will be conducted every 3 months. So accelerator is for existing business and businesses, and this will be a paid participation to the acceleration, and it will be conducted on the weekends, and there will be master classes followed by workshops for that related to that master classes, and there will be around 12 to 14 such master classes in each accelerator, talking about various aspects of business and how to improve your business or how to conduct your business in that particular domain. We also have boot camps which will be conducted every 2 months. So boot camps are actually similar to accelerators, where the master classes will be conducted by the experts, and it will be again 12 to 14 different aspects of businesses. But only difference between the boot camps and accelerators is that boot camps will not have a very comprehensive hands-on exercises followed by the master class. It will be only the master classes that will be conducted, and the hands-on training can be done by the participants once the bootcamp gets completed. The second difference between bootcamp and accelerator is the accelerator is is a program which is conducted only on the weekends, so its duration goes up to 3 months. But the bootcamp is completed only in 3 days, right? So it's a very high-paced, continuous kind of event where various experts come in and teach and conduct their master classes. And at the end of each of the day, there will be success and failure stories by various startup founders. So that would be a plus thing that would be in bootcamp, which will not be in the accelerators. We will be conducting online webinars. So our plan is to conduct 3 webinars every week. We will be also having our incubation cohort. So This cohort will be comprising of various our startup assistance policies, beneficiaries and non-beneficiaries. So we will be opening up our incubation cohort program every 3 months for the applications by various incubators, and based on the judgment of the jury panels and the selection committee, we will be inducting the participants to that. So every 3 months, we are planning to bring in at least 10 different startups into the cohort, and these cohorts will automatically be having access to our online webinar, bootcamps, and accelerators at fully discount or partially discount rates. We plan to recruit 60 startups every year, so that means 5 startups every year. And after this COVID-19, we are very well on that particular track of recruitment of 5 startups every month. We plan to assist 10 startups every year. So when we say 10 startups every year, this is the goal for the first year itself. And when we say assist, it means we will be providing startup assistance benefits under the startup assistance policy. So that will be the 10 this year, and we are planning to increase it every year with more CSR funds and other donations coming out from various corporates. And we are planning to have 15 startups graduating every year. So that is our target. So graduation means the startup is now able to successfully stand on its own, independent of the support of SURATi iLAB, right? So that is the definition of graduation, right? Our board, it consists of our municipal commissioner, Sri Banchani Pani, as the chairman. Mr. Chaitanya Bhatt is the managing director, and he is the deputy municipal commissioner of Surat Municipal Corporation. Mrs. Gayatri Jariwala is the one of the director on the board, and who is also currently charge deputy commissioner of Surat Municipal Corporation. And I am Tejesh Patel, Chief Executive Officer, reporting to the board. We have also constituted various advisory committees so that we can get industry experts to contribute to various startups in particular industry. So, we have constituted academics advisory committee, the chemical industry advisory committee, the diamond industry advisory committee, engineering industry advisory committee, IoT and infotech, smart cities and e-governance, startup ecosystem, textile industry, and iLAB network advisory committee. So on these advisory committees, we have leading industrialists, representatives from various associations, and various followers from academics in that particular industrial domain. So each such in the advisory committee will have Surat's who is who on that particular thing. So the role of the advisory committee members would be to identify the problems in various industries and provide it to SURATi iLAB. Those industrial advisory committee members will also be in the role of mentors to various startups. They would also be finding out appropriate mentors for startups. They would be providing opportunities for the startups to test and validate their solutions in various industries. They would be also aligning the startups with prospective mentors, prospective customers, and prospective brand ambassadors in various industries. They would be also directly or indirectly assisting startups in getting funded, right? So these are the huge opportunities that they will be providing to various startups. The last thing that people will be interested to know about, what is iLAB network? So one of the initiatives that SURATi iLAB has taken up is the iLAB network, establishing of iLAB network. So iLAB basically stands for Tinkering Lab. So rightly, if currently if you see, most of the parents, they are telling their wards that, hey, just study hard so that you will get a good job. So this particular pitch is being done to the kids from their cradle till they complete their graduation or post-graduation. And After that, we now expect people to turn into entrepreneurs. So if a kid is nurtured with the idea of getting a good job, how come he becomes an entrepreneur? So to break this vicious cycle, we have come up with a T-Lab network, that is Tinkering Lab network, under which we will be establishing Tinkering Lab across all the schools of Surat, one by one, in a phased manner, including the schools of municipal corporation, also in various colleges. So the main intention of establishing a T-Lab network in schools and colleges is to instill the can-do spirits. Right now, even an engineering graduate, if he is given a task of developing something that he is not sure of whether he will be able to develop it or not. Whereas it would be a child's play if we had got all these things fundamentally. So to give fundamental knowledge, we are establishing the T-Lab networks with various kids in IoT and robotics segments, as well as various physics and chemistry project kids at school level as well as college level. So they can do the hands-on experiment themselves. They can start tinkering and trying to find out various solutions. Another thing that the T-Lab network is going to do, that SURATi iLAB is going to do with T-Lab network, is that we will be conducting two competitions at national level as well as state level every year, and few competitions at city level or region level, which will allow various pupils of the school to come and compete and provide solutions for industry problems at that level. So with this kind of thing, they will be getting exposures to industry problem and how those can be solved. They will be also given the exposure to various industrial events and visits to industry. So these are the main idea of having a T-Lab network in Surat and around region. Currently, we are having many incubators. Few of the incubators worth mentioning we have listed over here. So IoT is one of our oldest incubator over here in SURATi iLAB. We have also bought a couple of solutions from IoT and implemented in Surat Smart City. So IoT currently is working in this that particular solution was in the space of gathering feedbacks from service users of Surat Municipal Corporation. It also is having other products, like one good product IoT is developing is related to your air conditioning. So they are pitching it with cost, comfort, and convenience. So it once you use that particular product with your air conditioners, your cost efficiency increases, and the savings are there up to 40% of your electricity bill. Similarly, TrackGaddi offers solutions in the space of intelligent vehicle tracking. So it not only tracks vehicles but also offers various solutions. Like one case point is that they offer a solution for liquid carriers, that is petrol and other chemical carriers, where they track whether the knobs and the leads of the vehicles are opened en route or not, and whether that particular vehicle has broken the geofencing boundaries or not. So similar are the kinds of solutions which are being offered by TrackGaddi, and they are having thousands of users as on date across India. Data.io is in the space of metadata services, which is a very specialized, highly specialized niche. And Data.io is currently growing at a very fast rate. And in the last 2 years, their employment has already been increased by nearly 300%. My City is yet another incubator which is providing solutions in the space of smart city. And currently we are using one of their solutions as a pilot at AIC SURATi iLAB itself. Then there is YOLO Farms, which is kind of you can say Airbnb for farmhouses, and it is providing farmhouses at a very good and attractive rates to the users. So you can go to YOLO Farms website and check it out. AMT is yet another incubator which is in the process of developing machines which are used for printing diamonds, that is for lab-grown diamonds. So That is a huge thing. And another particular product that AMT is developing is for dehydration of fruits and vegetables. And that particular machine, the products of that particular machines are currently being used by the Indian Army. DGQC is the product by one of our incubator specified technologies, which targets in the segment of quality control for construction. And currently, Surat Municipal Corporation is piloting at 4 different projects using DGQC products. Biofix is in the particular field of waste management, and it converts the waste into manure. So Biofix is one of our successful and graduated startups, which is having a very good business. Similarly, Yoga Milk is into the organic milk creation, in the area of organic milk. Green is again into waste management. Design Point is yet another startup which is creating software for automatic building plan approvals. Mimo Technology is again into a field of waste management, with the brilliant idea of rewarding those who provide waste with points which can be then redeemed at various shopping centers and other services. Brainwave Technologies is a new incubator with us, which is in the field of crowdsourcing. Marketing Zilla is into the field of marketing management for various clients of its. Yantra EduTech is into the education space, where they train people for 3D printing. Blinklink Solutions is into virtual reality presentations and events management solutions. Avinashi is a company which has so many different software services offered. So one of them is the Mera CRM software, which is branded as the CRM for India. So if you guys are looking for a good CRM, definitely you should go and check it for that. Change to Engage is another social change management startup that has come up. Ad Saga is into field of advertisement creation. So the mission of Ad Saga is to create particular advertisements for MSMEs in budget range of 1 to 2 lakh rupees. Wooz Media is again into digital marketing space, as is Media Blog. So these are our notable incubators. These are our partners. So if you see, there are partners from some of our partners. As you see, there are partners from various educational institutes, financial institutes. We have the major 4 consultants like PwC over here. We have other institutes and venture funds over here on our listing, and our partnership process is currently on, and we have more than 30 partnership applications already in the line, which we will be soon be completing, and all those partners will be also listed. Similarly, these are our mentors, and I am sure those who are in Surat would be familiar with most of these spaces, and we are really honored to have the services of these mentors listed with us. With that, I would like to close this particular talk of mine. As we are nearing the end of this particular segment, time slot available to me, I am open to any questions if there are. Otherwise, I would like to close this and leave this particular space for the next slot and the next speaker. Thank you. Thank you for listening in. Question. Okay, so as I see, there are no questions being posted in the chat session. So I would like to stop my talk over here. And if you are interested, the QR code that you see over there, you can scan that QR code, and then you will be able to download a contact card for AIC SURATi iLAB with the email addresses and various social media handles there. So you can follow us there. So once again, I'd like to thank you as the CEO of AIC SURATi iLAB Foundation, and I would like to remind you that AIC SURATi iLAB is the startup that assists startups, and it is an initiative for vibrant regional growth. Thank you once again.
Tejesh bhai, there was one quick question. Vignesh here from DNK.
Yes, sir.
Like whatever you say, like it's a wonderful initiative. So far I was not knowing like Surat ma aatli badi activities chale છે. Just a quick follow questions. Whatever the incubation amount you said for the startup, that was around 10 lakhs you said.
Yeah.
So that is in a form of grant, or you are asking for some equity or something?
No, this is our pre-seed pre-seed grant. So we don't ask for any equity at this particular stage, right? But if we are currently planning for the next initiative of ours, which will be a bigger grant and bigger services that we'll be offering. So if the startup goes at that level, then we will be going in for equity up to 5%, right? So maximum equity that we will be considering would be 5% of the startup, and minimum would be 1%.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks for that, and it was a good question, though. Yeah. Is there any other question? Okay, then. I would leave this meeting in this case and leave the spot open for the next meeting that is to be created. Thank you all for listening patiently. Bye and have a nice time.